did the last video, if you're watching the playlist, I put together my crankshaft. I put the sludge trap in it and I put the con rods on it. Checked the oilways and everything, made sure it's nice and clean, bagged it up, ready to go into the crankcase halves. This is all for my T140V resto mod project. It's a 75 built, 76 model year Triumph Bonneville, re-imported back from the United States, you know, the kind of thing. So I'm going to crack on now with getting more of the engine together. If you watch earlier videos, you'll see that I was doing the crankcase halves and I was going to put the gearbox bearings in. Because I decided I need to do more cleaning, I decided to leave it at that time. In this video, my intention is to get those bearings in and to get the crankshaft bearing in as well. So that half of the crankcase should be fully prepared, ready for us to put the crankshaft in. While it's heating up, I'll give the other side a clean up. And you never know, I might even get to putting both halves together, but let's not get ahead of ourselves before we've even got this in the oven. Before I start banging those bearings back in, having had this in the oven, I am going to give it another brush over with some white spirit, because my biggest fear is that some grit from when it's been in the shot blaster, it's been in the vapour cleaner, might still be on this. So I'm going to give it a good brushing over, dry it off, give it a blast with some compressed air, and then, with a bit of luck, I'll get it in the oven. Right, so I'll give it another clean over. I'm going to bang it into the oven now, so I can get it up to around about 100 degrees centigrade. That takes about 20 or 30 minutes. The reason I'll do that is it makes the bearings go in a lot easier. Now I'm doing this on quite a warm day for the UK, 23 degrees apparently it is in here, which is quite a surprise. But even so, we need to have that extra heat. So off to the oven we go. As mucky as the oven looked in there, I actually have blown it out and give it a wipe. The sheet on the bottom is actually a sheet of glass fibre with PTFE over it, so it's a pretty reasonable surface to put it on. And of course, I will give it another clean when I've brought it out as well. And while that case is on gas mark 6, I can give this a bit of attention as well. I have cleaned it before, obviously, but I'm going to give it a really good going over with the white spirit. And make sure that there isn't any grit left on this either. Of course, there's no point in cleaning this without removing this plate. This is upside down, and what it does is this actually collects oil that's flung around in here and drains it back down onto the cog that's at the front on the end of the crankshaft. So it's an ideal place for the grit to have gone hiding, isn't it? This is a 9/16. Should come undone reasonably easily. Oops. And just look a bit gungy. And I think this is just a Phillips. Yeah. So let's get out of the way. Lift this off. I think we can just widen that a little bit and hook it back on afterwards. Must remember to crimp it on again when we put it back. Come on, off you go. There we go. That definitely needs a good clean through. You can always smell burning when you've got an oven on, can't you? Especially if you're cooking. Oh, well, 80s. A little bit longer, I think. Let's give you a good cleaning. Right, I'll give that a blasting off with the air gun outside and leave it in the sun to dry out. Right, time for the oven gloves, and we'll take out the pudding. I'm going to use a 59mm drift, and I was always taught that if there are markings, you should always have them to the outside, because that way you can read whether you want a new one or not. So let's just see, this shouldn't be too difficult. Make sure it's nice and square. Straight in. You can hear the clink when it actually has definitely hit the bottom. Now I'll turn it over for the blind one that goes into here. The trick is to use the thrust washer so you don't put it in too far. Now with this being recessed in, you've got to watch you don't burn your hand. Now there is a little pin, so I'll just put it on the pin. There we go. And then I'll just position this inside that. Then we'll nudge it into place with the drift, making sure we get it as square as we can. And we want it to just below that thrust face. So if I do it down to the thrust face, like that, I think that's going to be perfect like that. I'm not going to worry about it any further. Definitely hear that it's level. Now I'll check the temperature after I've turned it over, and what I'm looking for now is to be able to put in the main drive bearing. Now looking at this, I can see we've got some oil run down that I wasn't so expecting. I can see the temperature on it has dropped a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe off, and there must have been obviously oil still somewhere in there. I'm going to wipe that off, shove it back in the oven, get it back up to 100, and then I'm going to put this bearing in. So it's into the 80s, another 10 minutes, and I think it should be there. Right, so using the same idea of any writing to the side that you can see it, this goes in here. It might just fall in, it didn't. I've got a big enough drift. I don't think it's going to cause too many problems, this. I think that was the thrust washer. That sounds like it's home. I've positioned it using the glove, put an extra bit of a support in. Now I think I should be able to just slot the crankshaft in now. And while it's warm, it might be a good time to do it. So I'm going to bang some gloves on. I'm just going to present the crankshaft to it and see how we go on. I think we've got enough room underneath for the bit that sticks out. Right, I am going to just shove some assembly lube on this bearing, just in case it's shrouded when it's probably dropping out the bottom while I'm doing that. Okay. Let's debag my crankshaft. And obviously, it's this side that's going to go in. I need to make sure the con rods are poking this way. It is heavy. I might be making it look like. So, as the con rod's towards me. positioned right. I do believe I have. And the wisdom is, it shouldn't require much of a tapping. I gave it a bit of a wiggle and it just dropped down into it, so I think we're happy with that. So, quite pleased. It seems fine. Everything seems to be in, and it's turning nice and freely. Now, before I finish here, I've still got a seal and a circlip to put in here, and obviously I need to recover and put my thrust washer somewhere safe until I need it again. First the circlip. Probably should find if I could get a new one of these, but as I'm here now, I think it'll go in. And looking at it, I'd suggest that was the side that probably would be better facing out. Let's see if I can fling this around the room. Probably not. Well, that's in nicely. And the next thing is the new seal. I'm just going to go and give that a quick clean. I haven't given it a freshen up. So the way that this goes in is with the lip to the inside. So I'm just going to give it another little bit of lubing around here. It'll help it go in and seal or seat. That'll do. So there we go. You don't get that satisfying clang when these are home. You just have to look and say, does that look reasonable? And it does. I've got my two gearbox bearings in that I had intended. I've put the seal and I've put the circlip back on. I've put my crankshaft bearing in, or my crankcase bearing, and I've put in the crank. All gone together quite well. So the other half of the crankcase has been cleaned and left outside to dry. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare that, present it to this side, so that I can then put the sealant on, put it together, and actually bolt the crankcase together. Don't worry, if you're going to put in the comments, I haven't forgotten that we haven't got the camshafts in either. It will be part of the next video. All the tools I've used, and things like this, they're not that expensive, and they really do come in handy when you put in bearings and such like. And if you haven't got proper circlip pliers, it can be a real pain. So I will put links to all these kind of things in the description. It's worth your while having a look just to see what kind of thing that you've got a link to. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe if you're interested in where I get to next.